Okay, this tutorial addresses a problem that's very common with old scanned photos like this one. You notice there's some creasing and damage in the photo that was there when the photo was scanned. We're going to try to fix some of that in this tutorial. We're going to use the healing tool, which is right over here. But before we do that, we're going to do what you need to do with any type of retouching of this kind. We're going to click on the zoom tool here, and then we're going to simply zoom in on the piece of the problem area that we want to heal. We don't want to zoom too much so where we can't really see what we're doing, but enough that we can really just focus and then concentrate in the area. I'm going to work primarily for this tutorial on this piece right here, but the technique that I show you is going to work for any of it. We're going to click on the healing tool, and then we may want to adjust the size of our brush. If I look here, that brush size is just about right. In this case, I have a 5 pixel wide brush, but if you wanted to make the brush bigger, you could click on that and pick any of the larger brushes. I now simply want to go to an area around the damaged area, but that has a good color, or in this case a good grayscale, that I want to essentially utilize to heal or to cover up the area. I'm going to hold the control key down, and I'm going to then click, and that essentially shows my source area. In other words, that's the area it's going to grab the color or the grayscale from, and then when I click on this area, it's going to essentially drop that grayscale on top of the area that it was damaged. So if you notice, the source moves in relation to the target, so that actually sort of helps you get a good blend and consistency there. So I can keep moving down here as well and get a similar effect. So we can just keep doing some of that fixing right there. And there you go. So let's now zoom out and see how we did. So if I'm going to go to View, Zoom, and I'm going to go to Fit Image in Window, and if you notice, most of the damage in the area that we were working on is now gone. That big white blotch was over there. We can essentially keep doing that all down here, and that would cover that up quite nicely. There's also some of these white specks. Those are particularly easy to get rid of. Let's focus on this white speck that's on the background here. We're going to do the same type of thing. So I'm going to click on my magnifying glass. I'm going to zoom in right in on that nasty white speck. Now that could have been a scratch on the negative, or a dirt when it was scanned, or a chip in the actual print itself. Regardless, we want to get rid of it. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to click on our healing brush. We're going to pick an area around it, which is just fine. I'm going to hold down the control key and click. That defines my source. Now in this case, my target, I'm just going to go right on top of our nasty white speck, and I'm going to click on it just the one time, and that should get rid of it just fine. So if I now do View, Zoom, Fit Image in Window, go back, and our offending white speck is gone. Now, of course, if I was doing this, I'd want to do this with all of the damage on the photo. I'd want to take my time with it, but I'll end up with a pretty nice result when all is said and done. And there you go.